Hey, YouTube, Facebook, wherever else you're going to see this. Um, just kind of checking in. I think it's been a few days, at least 4 or 5 days since I've done some sort of diet review and all of that stuff. Well, I told you I'd be honest. It doesn't look like the diet's going to work. Um, Overall, I'm not seeing a huge spike in energy. But then again, I'm not a very active person, unfortunately, right now. Um, Actively looking for a job requires a lot of time sitting in front of a desk. And then when I get discouraged because you get um, so many applications out and then nothing back, uh, you just start falling into like watching YouTube and stuff like that. So aside from getting on my bike and going for a couple of quick rides here and there, I really haven't been very active. Now I do my arm wrestling training pretty religiously, but that's just arm and hand based. It's really nothing else. I don't really do cardio because my ankles and my feet still hurt pretty good um, with gout symptoms, but I'm not really sure if it's gout. Um, that's another thing that I thought this diet, according to everything I heard, was going to basically eliminate overnight, or at least it's been 2.5 weeks. So, I mean, and then like 2 days ago, I mean, my left ankle was on fire, and it's still hurting pretty good today. Um, Now, my wife thankfully has some medicine here for gout, and it helps, but it isn't the end all be all. It just takes the edge off. Anyway, with all of that said, it kind of gives you a little bit of a background. Um, so, it doesn't look like it's going to work for a multitude of reasons, and let me dive into that. And this shouldn't discourage you from trying it because there's enough people out there that it does help that maybe you should try it. I'm not giving you medical advice or diet or nutrition advice or anything like that. Go seek a doctor. Um, the long and the short of it is I don't have insurance. I have state insurance, which, if anybody's ever had state insurance, basically poor people's insurance. Okay, I'm not ashamed of that. I've made decisions, and that's where I'm at. Um, you don't really get to choose. Well, I want to go see this person, or I want to go see that person, or anything like that. Who takes your insurance, and then I've noticed that you get subpar treatment based on you know the insurance that you have and all that. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. Um, so what we're looking at doing, or I'm sorry, let me not jump around because I'm a little bit discouraged right now. So for 2.5 weeks, I've been on this diet. It's been a ketovore diet. Ketovore is basically keto, but with less vegetables and more meats. So it's like a carnivore diet, but with more vegetables. So it's like right in between. Because I'm not a huge vegetable person. And I'm also not going to just eat meat, eggs, fish, chicken. I mean, although that sounds great, I figured, a little bit of asparagus, a little bit of spinach. Let's see, what else have I had? A little bit of cauliflower. Um, I had avocado for the first time today. Meh, I can take it or leave it. Um, but yeah, nothing huge. I'm not a huge vegetable person. I'm not a huge fruit person or anything like that. So ketovore. So basically, it's high protein, high healthy fat. So like bacon is fantastic. Obviously steaks. If you're gonna eat chicken, you should have some sort of fat to go with it. Eggs, cheese, something like that. Salmon would be better than whiting as far as fish goes because salmon has a lot of high healthy fats and all of that. And that's all I've been eating. That's it. And not only that, but I've been intermittent fasting as well. So like when I get up in the morning or afternoon, depending on what my sleep schedule determines, I try to wait as long as possible before I eat. Usually 4 to 6 hours after I wake up is when I'm having my first meal, and usually it's a very small meal. And then some days I didn't even do that. I just had dinner and that was it. Um, so I'm definitely in a calorie deficit, no doubt about it. Just to maintain my body weight, which is in the mid 250s to low 260s. You're talking about what? 22 to 2,500 calories. I'll be lucky if I'm eating 1,500 calories. I've cut out all sodas, all rices, all breads, all sugars, like literally no barbecue sauce, no nothing, just keto friendly stuff. That's it. Zero carbs, zero sugar, all of that stuff. Now, obviously, when you eat a piece of meat, there's going to be some carbs. So I mean, it's ignorant to think that it's going to be zero carbs and zero sugars. There's natural carbs and natural sugars and just about everything we eat. But what I mean is like, there no high fructose corn syrup has passed through these lips in 2.5 weeks. You know, like I said, no sodas, no breads, no rices, no grains. None of that has passed through or passed into me in 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. And, the first week I saw some steady loss. I'd say the first 6 days, I went down from 261 is where I started. I went down to, I think it was the lowest I went down to was 252, but I pretty much settled at 253 to 254. And I've been there every day, and every day since. I've done tons of research on this, and from everything that I've seen, on a keto diet, I should be losing anywhere from 10 to 20 plus pounds in the first 2 weeks alone, just in water weight. And it's not actually water weight, it's the inflammation in your body, it's the toxins and all of that are being flushed out. So it's not like, I just stopped drinking water. No, no, no. You should flush out anywhere from, let's just say, the low end 7 pounds to the high end 25 pounds worth of fluid and toxins in your body. That has not happened. Like I said, maybe the first week it did. I lost like 8 pounds. But I should not have been stagnated as early as I was, and there's just no further movement at all. Like I said, no huge energy, and I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section and be like, 2.5 weeks is not not a long time to give a diet and all that. Well, it is when you have a family, and I do have a family, and my family's not on keto. My wife definitely doesn't need to be. She is very skinny. My daughter, who is 18, why would I force her to go on a restrictive diet at all? She's 18 years old. She's got to live life and figure things out on her own. And my 2.5-year-old, I mean, so like today, perfect example. I started this video about 6:45, and my wife had just turned to us and said, "So what's for dinner tonight?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And it was because what she was going to make, what she thought was healthy for me, turns out to have a whole bunch of artificial sweeteners and stuff like that in it. And now she can't make it. So now, and for them it's easy. Like, they can make that, or they can make spaghetti or lasagna or whatever. Hell, they can grab a couple of packets of ramen, put it over some rice, and good to go. You know what I mean? Whatever. But you can't do that with me. Like, it's got to be whole food, it's got to be healthy food and all of that. So it's almost like we're shopping for two different families. So that can't work. Not sustainably, not unless I'm seeing huge health benefits, and I'm not. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for me. I told you I'd give you my, successes or failures. This really does lead me to believe that it's still something to do either with my thyroid or hormonal, whether it's low T or whether it's like a problem with my pituitary gland overproducing ghrelin or something. Although I haven't been overly hungry and I haven't been eating a shit ton of food, so I don't think it's ghrelin. I think it has something to do with either my thyroid or a combination of thyroid and low T, or just low T, or something. I really don't think it has so much to do with diet. No, that doesn't mean that I'm going to, start chugging sodas and pounding as many carbs as I can. But it does mean that I'm going to stop restricting myself to this level, because there's just no sense in it. I'm not seeing any benefit from it. As a matter of fact, I'm hurting my family, and I don't want to be doing that, especially if I'm not getting any gains from it at all. They were on board with it as long as I was losing weight and as long as I was feeling better. And honestly, the only thing that has felt better is that I've noticed a lot less edema in my legs, which is swelling in my legs. Other than that, I haven't seen any health benefits. I'm not recovering from my exercises any faster. I don't have any more energy than I used to have. And for the first week, I went through a lot of headaches and stuff like that. My gout is still here, or gout symptoms are still here. So anyway, I know that was a long ramble. I just wanted to keep you guys apprised. As far as arm wrestling goes, my right bicep feels a lot better. I can actually flex it now, which I haven't been able to do. It's still there, like I could feel a little bit of aching in the elbow, but it's feeling a lot better. My left wrist is doing better. It's not great, but it's better. I have a practice super match on my left with one of my teammates. It's just a practice on Friday. So that should be good. He's a real good, like, long levered, aggressive puller. So should be good. And honestly, I don't really care about left-handed arm wrestling, but I need to compete. I have to. I love combat. My right is probably a good 6 months out from any real combat. But it's coming along. So, I mean, I am going to put it on the table on Friday and practice a little bit and see where it's at, but I'm not going to go full tilt or anything like that. And that's what's awesome about practicing with a team that understands a lot too. Like, they're going to know not to really hit on it or, yank on me or anything like that on my right. On my left, I don't give a shit. Just hit it. Let's see what happens. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys an update. Stay strong out there. Love you guys. God bless. And till next time. I have a review coming up. I just got a handle in. It's like a Wrist Max handle. It's a cupping handle. It feels really good. Just initial, it feels really good. I will definitely have a fair review up about that. That'll be coming within the next couple of days, or a couple of days to a week. Anyway, God bless, guys. Take it easy.